Hello, I'm Paul. Today, I'm here to talk you a story about the loyalty of football fans.
No matter what happens to our club, if you're a true fan, you support them.
34 years I'm coming over here.
You can't just pick a team and then not stay with them.
If you are loyal, by the very nature of the word, you're not going to swap.
To begin with our topic, I want to firstly ask, what is the meaning of loyalty? I believe it's one of those things that you can't really explain about to someone. Robbie, a broadcaster from Arsenal Fan TV channel, he have claimed football fans are the only loyal people in the football world.
We're the only loyal people. No matter what happens to our club, if you're a true fan, you support them. I've got a friend, he's a diehard Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, and I feel so sorry for him at the moment. He's seen his team relegated twice, but you know what? All the big names have gone, but he's still there. I've got another friend, right, who supports Coventry. They haven't even got a ground at the moment. He's having to think about, do I go all the way to Northampton, which is a 70-mile round trip to go and follow my club. Fans, we are the only loyal people to the club.
For reasons that I begin to understand, I was attended a Champions League group stage match between Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund already qualified from this group, and Arsenal only need 1 point in next 2 matches to qualify from this group. It is a 10-minute match in a rainy Wednesday night. So what point are the fans come to see this match? Before the match, I have chatted with some fans.
Here we are at the Aramis Stadium with very loyal fans. What's your name?
Jim Mulvin from Dublin, Ireland. 44 years I'm coming over here. Since 1970. I queued here one morning at 10 a.m. to come in here with another 45,000 supporters into Highbury, the old pitch Highbury, and it was a game against Man United, which Arsenal won 3-0, and that season went on to complete the double. They won the league and they beat Liverpool in the cup final.
Are you a loyal fan?
Yeah.
Well, I'm as loyal as I can afford to be. I started supporting Arsenal when I was about 15 years old. I used to go out with one of the ex-players' cousins, so we used to come up quite a lot when I was with her. So used to sort of like go to the old Highbury a lot and just have a experience then of first season I really remember us doing it was when they won the cup double in '94. So yeah, so I've been supporting them for almost 20 years now. Just a really good, nice club to support. They used to be good to the fans. At the moment, bit random, not as good to the fans as they used to be. Just mean a lot to me. They've moved around a lot around London, but they've set up their roots now in North London, and they just represent the area really quite well nowadays. I don't think it's a millions game. We can still go out. We still not guarantee qualification. We've still got to get a point to guarantee qualification. So I don't think any of these remaining games are pointless at the moment. I still don't think we're 100% guaranteed to go through.
The match will start in 10 minutes, and very exciting about it.
At the time of 57 minutes, Arsenal are 2-0 lead to the Borussia Dortmund. But in this time, Dortmund fans did not give up to root for their team. They still sing oddly together. Before the match, I also have chat with 2 Dortmund fans. They are come all the way from the Luxembourg.
What's your name?
Steve.
And what's your name?
Audrey.
How long have you been supporting your team, Dortmund?
A really long time ago.
Yeah, I started to cheer for Dortmund since the mid-90s when they won the Champions League, and since then I also go to the games in the stadium. In the mid-90s there was a rivalry between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, and I never liked Bayern Munich, so I root for Dortmund, and also because they have a great fan base. They have the best fans in the world.
Them, treat you like a good fans?
Of course.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because they support their team even when they play very bad. Since
We're
like
still
now
singing.
in the Bundesliga they are not so good, and they always support their team.
Now we're just going through a rough time in the Bundesliga, and so the Champions League is kind of like, at the moment, a really good place for them.
Only the loyalist fans travel to the away matches. My friend Mads, he is a die-hard Brighton Hove Albion fan, and he is one of those fans.
I've got a season ticket at the Albion. I obviously watch every game at home, and also get to go to a few away games as well. Going to away games is completely different to home games. Obviously the crowd is always good at home because obviously you've got the majority of the crowd, so you know the atmosphere is always good. But in an away game, it's just something different. It's magical, really. There's only a small section of you in the away end, but the atmosphere is just incredible. And you could travel up the country. You've got work in the morning, but it's worth it. It's worth the travel for me personally because I love watching football. I love watching my team, and so yeah, I'm just quite passionate about the sport and obviously my team. So that's the main reason I really do go to away games, and it is tiring. You do get tired, but yeah, no, it's definitely worth it.
49,
Jay Lagat, the sports editor from the latest TV. He explained to me about the relationship between the teams and the loyal fans.
If you follow football and you live in a place or you have a particular affinity with a particular club, then it's going to become part of your life. It's going to become part of your world. And if you think about the way that sort of football is structured around the working week, whereby you mostly have games on a Saturday, so it's part of that looking forward to the weekend. It gives people something else to kind of reinforce that notion that they're having some kind of downtime, that they're not working. So it's kind of a release for people.
What do you think of fans who support the small teams like Brighton? What makes them stay with their teams for this long time?
Love. Straight up and hands down, basically. I mean, if you think about how proud you feel of your community, of where you live, of that sort of thing, I think to support your local team is an extension of that. And it's especially noticeable when you come to places, because obviously I grew up in London where there's a lot of big teams, and it's quite difficult to see that kind of that local club feel, really. Whereas in a place like Brighton and smaller cities, smaller towns throughout the country, I think it reflects a sense of ownership of where you're from, a sense of community, and it's an extension of that. It means that people feel a sense of pride in following their team.
Why aren't loyal fans swap their teams?
Love, again. I mean, if you are loyal, by the very nature of the word, you're not going to swap.
Here is Mads again to talk about the loyal fans of the small teams.
It's been much change. You know, we were in League One, and obviously we've come up from there now to the Championship. Past couple of seasons, we've been obviously playoffs. You know, they've come from nothing really, from Withdean Stadium, quite a small stadium, not very good really, to now having the Amex and having a great stadium, great supporters. You can't just pick a team and then not stay with them. There's been some great memories. Obviously the playoffs, when we beat Bristol City, I went to that game at the Millennium Stadium in Wales. So obviously it's a far way to travel, but like I said, you know, it's worth it, and it was a great memory because we won that day and we got promoted. From memories like that, you can't beat them really.
The final whistle of the game between Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund is 2-0 to the Arsenal. Fair play to the Arsenal side, and also really respect to the Borussia Dortmund away fans. They never stop singing during the match. They are the ones who really love the teams. In the end of the day, I just want to say, football royal fans, they are worth of respect. Football is not just the hobby for them, it's in their blood.